This video was kindly sponsored by my supporters on Patreon. Please consider supporting me at patreon.com/John D Ruddy. Manny Man does history. In 1919, the first Parliament of Ireland, Dáil Éireann, declared independence from Britain. The British did not like this, and the Irish War of Independence soon began. The Irish Republican Army used guerrilla warfare, hit-and-run tactics, rather than fighting the might of the British Empire head-on. Because of this, information became key in the war. Plain-clothed policemen known as G-men would gather information about the Irish revolutionaries, such as Michael Collins. Collins decided to target the G-men and blind the British intelligence system. He set up a group of assassins known as the Squad, and they proceeded to shoot G-men. Because British forces often couldn't locate the culprits of an attack, they would take it out on local communities, and many towns across Ireland burned. This pattern of tit-for-tat reprisals would continue throughout the war, none worse than Bloody Sunday. Collins's campaign of G-men assassinations had effectively damaged the British intelligence network. They had to bring in outside intelligence agents, a crack team of former British Army officers sent in to replace the G-men. This group would much later be referred to as the Cairo Gang. By November 1920, Collins' people had been gathering information about the Cairo Gang, who they were, where they frequented, and where they lived. Limerick man David Nelligan had been Collins's inside man in Dublin Castle, the centre of British control in Ireland, and Nelligan had helped Collins with a lot of information. Several senior IRA members helped plan a coordinated attack on the Cairo Gang. There was to be a Gaelic football match in Croke Park between Dublin and Tipperary on the 21st of November. This date was chosen for the attacks, as there would be bigger crowds of people coming into the city, making it easier for the squad to blend in. Some of the planners, Dick McKee and Pater Clancy, were captured by the British the night before, along with a civilian, Conor Clune. On the morning of the 21st of November, under the command of Michael Collins and Richard Mulcahy, the squad and other IRA members were dispersed across Dublin with the names and addresses of British operatives, many of the Cairo Gang. Most of the targets were in the south inner city. At 9 a.m. they carried out a coordinated attack on their targets, executing 13 British operatives of various positions and wounding 2 others. 2 civilians were killed, 1 other was wounded, as well as 1 IRA man, Frank Teeling, who was captured. The British response was swift and brutal. In the afternoon, the British auxiliaries moved on Croke Park to the Gaelic football match between Dublin and Tipperary. The Gaelic Athletic Association had been warned before the match that British forces may arrive, but they chose to go ahead with the match as it would have caused chaos to cancel the match at such short notice. Apparently, the British plan was to surround Croke Park, disperse the crowd and search all the men as they were leaving. However, upon arrival, shots were fired and the crowd panicked. Some soldiers fired into the fleeing crowd. Some auxiliary forces scaled the pavilion and fired down from above. Some of the Gaelic players on the pitch who had received IRA training knew to drop to the ground amidst the British gunfire. They tried to crawl away towards Hill 60, but one of them, Michael Hogan, was shot dead. Many of the panicked crowd were injured in the stampede, getting caught on barbed wire as they climbed the walls to escape, and indeed many injured themselves as they fell from the walls. British armoured cars awaited the crowd on Clonliffe Road, adding to the panic. In all, 12 people were killed by British forces. Another 2 were trampled in the panicked stampede. These people were Jane Boyle, James Burke, Daniel Carroll, Michael Feary, Mick Hogan, Tom Hogan, James Matthews, Patrick O'Dowd, Jerome O'Leary, who was 10, William Robinson, who was 11, Tom Ryan, John William Scott, James Teehan, and Joe Traynor. Captured IRA men Dick McKee, Pater Clancy and a civilian, Conor Clune, were tortured and shot in Dublin Castle that night. The war would rage on until the summer of 1921. This infamous day would become known as Bloody Sunday, and unfortunately would not be the only Bloody Sunday in Irish history. The Hogan stand in Croke Park is named after Michael Hogan. When Queen Elizabeth II visited the Republic of Ireland for the first time in 2011, she visited Croke Park as a sign of reconciliation over the horrors brought to Ireland by the British. Long may peace reign on this island and beyond. Thanks for watching, folks. It was great to get this released for the 100th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. Lest we forget. If you want to learn more about Croke Park, I illustrated a short history of Croke Park by Mark Duncan. It's available to download from fivelampsarts.ie and crokepark.ie. Links in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as my new videos come out. I post daily facts about what happened on this day in history, here on YouTube and on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok, so be sure to follow me there for all your daily history facts. You can of course support all of this through Patreon and enjoy a load of benefits, including custom Manny Man profile pictures. Special shout out to the wonderful illustrator Kyriak. Those numbers are names and those names are people. Check out Kyriak's work on Instagram and Twitter. My Monarchs of England Part 2 video is coming soon. You can buy my books and all sorts of Manny Man merchandise on johndruddy.com, including this detailed poster of the timeline of Irish history. Check out my Star Trek podcast, Where Many Have Gone Before, on Spotify and Apple Music, where I react to watching Star Trek for the very first time. Welcome to my newcomers on Patreon: Emer Gibson, Senan age 10, Kindy K, and Mr. Research Classy Black Man. Thanks to all my patrons: Alexander, Arthur Revan, Carol Basil, Chair DJ, Colton Sayer, Crystal, David Stranad. Welcome back. David McGee, Dustin Holden, Helena Rowe Bradley, Jefferson Yates, Joshua Benjamin Heisler, Judy Friesen, Catherine Gilks, Kythius, Lapre Shea Queenvara, M, Marcus Booker, Mike Wise, Monday Rico, Mr. Magnificent, Mr. Easy Play 2, Mycroft, Myth Nguyen, Ollie Coors, Rocket Wrench, Ryan Ilano, Sean Bates, Soars, Stephanie Lentz, Tanmay, Travis Dunn, Wendy Barley. Once again, thank you.